day and welcome to another one of my walking and chatting lectures. I'm getting it done early before the sun get out so I can move on with the rest of my day. So before I get started in this lecture, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. You know, this channel would not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture. The focus of this lecture is I'm going to ask the thought-provoking question: do you know how to save money? Do you know how to save money? Because, you know, I talk to a lot of people, and believe it or not, you know, many people really don't know the simple secret, the known secret on how to save money. You know, because I listen to a lot of folks, how they talk about, it's just not enough money to get out of there to pay my bills or save. But, you know, first of all, you got to start with the basic. You know, if you don't start with the basic, you're just never going to get to the point where your emergency savings account is where it's at. Whatever bills you have, credit card bills, or trying to pay off other bills, car note, mortgage, school loans, or whatever bills you have, you know, the first thing that you need to do is, as you begin to pay off your bills or pay down your bills, you have got to use that same money that you would have been putting towards that bill and start increasing your savings account. That's critical. You know, first and foremost, in order to know how to save money, you need to first sit down, old school, get a piece of paper, and you need to literally write down all of your bills. What bills you owe, what's going out, what's going in. It's just something about putting it on paper and putting that literally in a folder to a area where you're always looking at it, always. And when you get paid, pull that folder out. And, you know, forget about the apps and this and that. No, you need to be looking at it. Because it's something about when you look at something, it holds you accountable. When you're looking at your bills, when you're looking at your money, it jars your memory. And the first thing that you need to put on that list, on top of that list, is savings. Write it down. Treat that savings account like a bill. And I've been using these strategies for years, and I'm telling you, it works. Even if you want to do the envelope method, that's still something you are looking at. If you ain't willing to do that, you ain't gonna be able to save. Because if you just put in your mind, oh, I'm gonna save, and it's just a thought, well, it's because that thought gonna become a faded memory. And then you're gonna look up the whole month and don't go on by, you ain't saved nothing. You have got to write it down. I'm telling you, even though I'm retired, I still write down. I literally write down on my first list, this is what I'm gonna save and invest every month, no matter what. And then I write down my little small household bills. Because even though I don't have no major bills, but I do have my cell phone bill, utilities, food, and insurance. So I'm writing this down. And then there's certain bills you got to pay once a year, like you renew your car registration. If you own property, you got to pay your property tax at the end of the year. So I'm writing all of this down. But the first thing I'm going to write down is what amount I'm going to save and invest this month. And I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to highlight it. Yeah, I'm going to highlight it. And then I am looking at this folder throughout the week. I'm looking at it throughout the month. So when it comes time to save and invest, it becomes automatic. That's the key there, people. And then another key on how to save is when you pay off a bill, when you get rid of a bill, when you pay off those credit cards, when you pay off that car note, when you pay off those personal loans, when you pay off that mortgage, then Don't turn your behind around and get right back in credit card debt. I talk to so many people. This is they're whole I owe $9,000 in credit card bills, or $10,000 in credit card bills, or $5,000 in credit card bills, and I'm gonna get a second job, and I'm gonna pay off those credit card bills. I'm gonna work hard to pay off that credit card debt, and they be so happy when they do it. Then within 3 weeks later, they behind on charged up again. That is not how you save. You are not saving. You're making corporate America richer. That's all you're behind doing. You're making corporate America more richer. And then they'll have a car. That car be halfway paid off. Or that car note will be so reasonable they can go ahead and pay it off early. No, what they'll do is keep it for a couple of years and turn their behind around and trade that car in to get a brand new high-end vehicle. So you ain't saving. Here we go again. You're making corporate America richer and richer and richer, and your savings account and your investment portfolio ain't moved the inch. Ain't moved the inch. 6 months, 7 months on going by. You ain't even save or invest $1,000 because you keep feeding corporate America, and you are never going to get to your financial goal if you do not change your mindset. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Another powerful tip in terms of knowing how to save, you have got to have the emotional maturity to delay gratification. You can't keep buying everything you see. Every time you see something, you buy it. Every time you go to the shopping stores, you buying something. Every time you going online, you're buying something. Every time you walk into any kind of store, rather it's a grocery store or a mall or a gas station, you may have gone in there with the intention of getting what you really need, but you walked out and bought a whole lot of stuff that you don't need. And that is not how you save. It's not. So you got to have the emotional maturity to delay gratification. And you got to also have the mindset when you do spend, you got to be intentional with your money. You got to be, so if you do want to do something, plan a trip or vacation or plan something special for yourself, you're going to plan it. You're going to be intentional, because it's a difference when you plan and budget for when you get ready to do something versus doing it impulsively. Because when you're doing all that impulsive spending, you are not going to be able to save. I'm keeping this real. I'm getting ready to take a guided tour to Italy and Rome in November this year. But you better believe I've been planning and prepping for months ahead of time to be intentional on how I spend my money, because that's going to be a phenomenal experience. And you better believe I don't plan and budget. The trip is already paid for. I don't owe nobody. The trip is already paid for up front in cash, because I prepared and planned behind the scene. So when you do want to do something, you're very intentional with how you spend your money. Because if I would have been spending and splurging all throughout the year, when it came time for me to pay that bill to take my guided tour to Italy and Rome, that's November this year, which is right around the corner, my passport ready. If I would have been spending and splurging like no tomorrow all throughout the year, when it came time for me to pay that bill, I would not have the money reserved to do that. I would not have had the money reserved to do that. Then I would have had to create a new debt just to take a guided tour to Italy. No, I'm not creating new debt just to take a vacation. And you got a lot of folks. The reason why they can't save nothing. You got a lot of people, the reason why they cannot save anything, because they're creating new debt just to take a weekend trip. They're taking new debt. They're creating new debt just to take a vacation. Really? I'm trying to figure out, how are you going to enjoy this weekend getaway? How are you going to enjoy this vacation if you know you have created new debt just to take a vacation versus planning and budgeting and being intentional with your money in order to take that weekend getaway, or in order to go on that vacation and pay it in cash up front, because you got enough money in your account. You can just use your debit card. So now the bill is paid for up front. So now you can really enjoy that experience. So these are all some powerful reasons in regards to how everyday people do not know how to save money. And the driving force behind that, they have not shifted their mindset. They have not shifted their mindset from a hyper spending mindset to a growth mindset, to a savings and investing mindset. And that is the reason. That is the reason right there. This is real talk, people. This is, you got people right now working 2 and 3 jobs, getting up and going to work and working these jobs and working 80, 90, 100 hours a week and still drowning in a sea of debt. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they still drowning in a sea of debt, because they ain't shift their mindset. They still hyper spending. That's the problem. It don't matter what amount of money you're making. I don't care if I know people right now making 6 figures. And if a $400 emergency was to occur, they calling me to try to borrow money. But you know what I do? I educate the mind. And I say, let me drop this nugget on you, because you're making 6 figures. You're making 6 figures, so help me understand why if you need $400 to get your car fixed, you can't even pull $400 out of your savings account, because I'm going to tell you why your mind has not shifted. That's the problem. No, I ain't giving you no $400. Let me give you some knowledge to raise your awareness so you can rise above this financial situation, because it's no reason why in this world, if you were making $350,000 a year and a $400 emergency occurred and you ain't got $400, something wrong. Better yet, hire me to develop your financial plan. There you go. Hire me to develop your financial plan, and we can get down to business. That'll be more valuable than me just dishing out $400. And I'm here to tell you. So I'm telling you, people, this is the reason. This is the reason why people cannot save money. They have not shifted their mindset. September 6th of this year, of 2024, I made 1 solid year. I've been in full retirement. Ain't hit nobody's time clock. And I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and she looked at me like, how are you able to do this? I told her, I'm going to tell you something. Every check I get every month on the 15th from the state of North Carolina, my pension, every check that I've been getting for almost a year, I have reinvested 100% of my retirement check every month and reinvested it into another retirement account, meaning I ain't even touched the money. I don't know nobody, regular folks like us, who can get a check every month, a pension, and don't even have to touch the money and can turn around and reinvest that money into another retirement account. And it blew her mind. And she said, how in the world are you paying the little bills you do have? Because even though I have no bills, but I still have utilities and cell phone bill and food and insurance. And I say from my other streams of income, bottom line. And that is the position we need to put ourselves in, people. That is the position we need to put ourselves in, to be able to shift your mindset so you can build your savings, so you can continue to build your financial portfolio, so you can continue to build your wealth. This is real talk right here. And I'm going to continue, as long as I'm on this earth, to reinvest all of my retirement checks. A lot more got getting ready to hit me in a hot minute. By the time it's all said and done, I have 3 retirement checks getting ready to hit me for the rest of my life. I'm going to reinvest all 3 of them because I don't need the money. That's power, people. That's power versus working yourself to death. There we go. And if you do not shift your mindset about money and savings and investing, trust me, you will be working for the rest of your life. And I'm here to tell you, When you see people 60 and 70 and 80 years old working at Walmart, they ain't at Walmart because they just so bored. No, they at Walmart, and I'll be safe to say, because they did not learn the skills, and it's never too late to shift their mindset about savings and investing. And I'm here to tell you. So I'm saying this to say that's the key ingredient right there. You got to write it down. Get it in front of you. Shift your mindset, and the rest is history. That's all I have. Don't forget to look out. Be on the lookout. Come out a relational live stream lecture. Check my community wall. I'm going to do a relational live stream lecture at the end of September. And the topic, the focus of that relational lecture, I'm going to present to the world the winning format of my manuscript that I wrote well over 3 years ago. That was accepted by 2 world-renowned publishing companies, Page Publishing Company and Audiobook Network. I'm gonna present the format, and I'm a first-time author. It took me a year and a half to write my manuscript. I didn't pay anybody. I didn't go online to figure out how to do it. No, I sat my behind down, and it took me a year and a half to write my winning manuscript that was accepted by 2 world-renowned publishing companies. So if you want to find out what that format that I use that worked for me, tune in or look at that date on my community wall in terms of the date I'm going to do that, the latter part of September, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all I have. Simple Fidelity. I'm leaving you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.